We're gonna get started in just a few moments, so I'll let you get settled in. Hello, hello. As you guys are joining live, so excited. Happy Earth Day, everybody. You might wanna grab some of your Aveda products if you wanna do some hands-on with me, so we'll enjoy some wellness. So if you have the Aveda dry brush, you'll wanna grab that. If you have oleation oil, definitely grab that. If you have any of our amazing compositions, we'll have a composition party. If you have vitamin C concentrate because you work for Aveda and you have access to it, hint, hint, grab that. And maybe a chakra or an aroma because we'll do a little hands-on today. Welcome everyone. Again, my name is Alicia Ray. I'm so excited to host our Ayurvedic workshop, particularly on Dinacharya. And I have my co-host, Amanda. She's going to be helping out with questions, engagement. So as you are joining in, she'll be helping to facilitate along with me. I'll check in periodically and see where we're at with questions, comments, feedback. Welcome, welcome. So excited. I want to high five you all. So let's go ahead and begin. Reminder, if you have access to the Aveda dry brush, oleation oil, or any of our composition oils, please grab those products because we'll do some hands-on, have some fun wellness. You may notice a dog walking by from time to time because, of course, I'm at home. And let's get started with the most important thing. How do you find me on social media? Just kidding. But really, I'm gonna pull up some resources for you guys to follow up with. So this is my handle, wellness_is_beauty. And my co-host Amanda, you can find her at Beauty Ammo with 2 underscores because she's extra. She hosted a wonderful presentation last week on beauty hacks. That was amazing. And because I don't want to forget to acknowledge the educators before me and more education to follow, on deck for the North America Artistic Team, we have Thursday with Maria. She's doing What's in My New York Fashion Week kit. Super excited about that. And Lydia's doing a Bunning It Up workshop on Friday. And then for spa next week this time, my sister Zandy, she's going to be teaching you guys about facial cupping. So check those classes out, more to come. Put this right back up here for later. Okay. Amanda, how's everything sounding, looking, feeling? Thumbs up, we're good? Thanks to the Aveda Institute Denver crew for joining in. So excited to have you here. All right, you guys. Let's start with what is this workshop? Again, my name is Alicia. I'm an esthetician at 3 Cutters in Denver, Colorado, part of the artistic team. I'm also a yoga teacher, and I'm part of the leadership team at Aveda Institute Denver. I've been with Aveda for collectively 12 years, and Aveda is the brand that once I had an experience as a guest, I was like, I'm gonna work for this company someday. It was so life-changing and transformational for me. This is a brand that I always knew was special, I just didn't know why, and today is a little bit about why this brand is so special. And that's because it is rooted in an ancient healing tradition called Ayurveda, the science of life. This is the same tradition that yoga comes from. So often Ayurveda is described as the sister science of yoga or vice versa. So again, Amanda is my co-host, so she'll be helping out with this journey as we move along. So Ayurveda is also the foundation of Aveda. Aveda means knowledge of all things. And if you haven't already heard the story of Horst, the founder of Aveda, he had a pilgrimage journey to India, and this is where he had the notion, the idea finally came to light that he would create Aveda. Everything that we are thinking, feeling, seeing, and doing at Aveda comes from this tradition that we're about to dive into. That we look at Aveda as a holistic approach, scalp to soul. So even with a haircut, massage, facial, we are taking care of our guests from the seat of their soul. When we ask our guests, how do they want to look? We're really asking them, how do they want to feel? Because when we look good, we feel good. And in everything that we do, from our product line, from our systems and solutions, how we greet our guest, how we touch our guest, all comes from this beautiful ancient healing tradition. So excited to share it with you guys today. And today is also an opportunity for you to indulge in some wellness. This is really for you to be able to think, how can I take care of myself? Because I spend so much time taking care of other people in the beauty industry. So always important to make sure that you are filling up your cup. Let's begin with inspiration. Want to get us a little hands-on before we dive into the journey here a little bit more. So for inspiration, we're going to start with a little meditation and some gentle movement. Our inspiration comes from this book. Drop a little high five if you're like, I have this book, I read this book, I want that book. This book was gifted to me 12 years ago. Actually, it was back in 2005 when I started my journey with Aveda at Aveda Institute Denver. And I was in a retail workshop with our salon development partner, and she handed us these books. And I remember flipping through it and being like, okay, cool, there's like stuff in here about yoga, and there's stuff in here about flowers and dry brushing and Marma points, but there was nothing about how to sell shampoo. So I set the book to the side, and then as I continued my journey through Aveda, I realized that this is like the encyclopedia. So if you have not yet seen this book, we got to get you a copy. It's written by Horst. There's just beautiful storytelling, and it really gives you a better understanding of everything we do at Aveda. So let's begin with some meditation. Grab a seat. If you can sit on the floor, even better. Take a moment to close your eyes and draw your focus inward. Because it's Earth Day, I thought this would be a nice way to show tribute to Horst and our environmental commitment at Aveda by reading a passage from his book. So eyes are closed. Start to tune into your breath. Give yourself a moment to attune your senses to the world around you. We are so lucky that we get to experience the world through 5 different senses. So take an opportunity right now to just notice the sounds around you. Turn on your ears and listen. A lot of times we're trying to drown out the white noise around us. I want you to welcome it in, receive it in. And then as your eyes are closed, start to connect to the sense of touch. Where are your hands placed right now? Are they touching a part of your body? Is there a part of the floor or the chair that you can feel with your fingertips? Or maybe even bring your hand over your heart and just give yourself a moment. It's definitely one of the things I'm missing most right now in this interesting new world that we're living in is the lack of touch and how we're going to find a new way to reach out and touch people. And then as your eyes are closed and you're connecting to your senses, go ahead and swallow and notice the sense of taste in the back of your throat, the back of your tongue. And just the taste of the experience you've had so far today, not necessarily from the food that you've eaten, but just from energy that you're holding. And then even though your eyes are closed, connect to the sense of sight. Looking inward, tuning inward, activating that third eye energy at the top of your brow, third eye center. Looking within, and then allow yourself to see something really awesome about you. And then finally, smell, aroma. That's like our driving force. It is our huge point of difference at Aveda, the sense of smell connecting us to memory recall, our strongest connection to our emotion. Just take a deep breath in, notice the aroma around you, or maybe even invite an Aveda aroma into this meditation. And I'll bring us into a Taoist poem. Close your eyes and you will see clearly. Cease to listen and you will hear truth. Be silent and your heart will sing. Seek no contact and you will find union. Be still and you will move on the side of spirit. Be gentle and you will need no strength. Be patient and you will achieve all things. Be humble and you will remain entire. Blink your eyes open when you're ready. I don't know about you, but I already feel a little bit more calm just from that moment of connection to our sensorial experience in the world around us. All right, so we enjoyed a moment of meditation, and let's continue into our journey together. So we're talking about Ayurveda today, specifically through daily Dinacharya, or what is known as daily routine. So raise a hand, drop it in if you have a morning routine already. Like, these are the things you do every morning, no matter what. You will not leave the house without doing these things for yourself. What does that look like for you? And is it serving you in a way that it fills your cup all the way? Are you doing enough to nourish yourself? Are you rushing out of bed in the morning and then flying out the door? Are you giving yourself a few spirited moments to really tune into you? Because in the morning, that is our most special time to be able to receive intelligence, our inner knowledge, connection to self. It's truly special. There's no other time of day where we can get that connection to something more. So I encourage you, if you are hitting the snooze button on the regular, let's be honest, we all do it, to give yourself that opportunity to wake up, be still for a few moments, and try on some new things in your daily routine. The reason we focus on Dinacharya in Ayurveda is because it is a proactive approach to wellness and healthcare. So instead of a reactive approach where if we feel pain, discomfort, tired, we take something, we do something after. This is all about doing something before so that we can prevent, we can minimize. Primarily our focus in a daily routine, Dinacharya, is minimizing toxins. We're going to do all kinds of really fun, crazy things, and it's just to detoxify the mind and the body and the spirit. It's so interesting how much accumulation there is. When we accumulate constant toxic energy, physically, mentally, emotionally, that's where we find dis-ease. And that is where we become sick, tired, lethargic, difficulty focusing, irritable, emotional, disconnected. These are regular things that might show up in our life that we just assume are normal because we've just attuned ourselves to it. But I promise you that there is a vibrancy that is calling to you that says, no, there's a better way. You can feel better. You can do better. And so if you incorporate a few of these things every day, you can build your routine to get really broad, or you can keep it short and simple. So I'm going to give you an example of my routine today. Take what you need, leave what you don't. My routine usually is anywhere from about 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour depending on if I'm going to throw in the extras. So now that we have a better understanding of Ayurveda as a form of a proactive, holistic approach to wellness, that we really are working on being able to connect mind, body, and being, there are three major doshas that we focus on in Ayurveda. We have Vata, which is air and infinity. We have Pitta, which is fire and water. And we have Kapha, which is earth and water. Now, we talk about elemental nature all the time at Aveda. It's how we customize our services and our products to our guest. If a guest is saying that they're feeling dryness, then they're experiencing some Vata imbalances. So then we're going to incorporate a little bit more Pitta and Kapha energy to create that balance through the solutions of our services and our products. So the first step in Ayurveda, if you're new, is to really identify your dosha. And there's lots of ways that you can do that. You can literally Google dosha quiz because it's become more readily known in the West now, and find out what it is. You can reach out to me as a resource. In fact, those of you following right now, if you do connect to Ayurveda and you consider yourself a resource, please raise a hand, add in your handle. We would love to be able to connect so that we know we have a lot of people in our network that can be a resource for us. So start by knowing what your daily or your dosha is. And then from there, it's really your roadmap. That is telling you what direction you need to move to get to balance. And that's what it's all about, you guys, is balance. We're not here to be perfect. We are here every day to just put a little bit more, a little bit less into our Bela scales of life and find homeostasis, find that midline. Okay. Really quick, I just want to do a little shout out because it's Earth Day and I got to try the new foam reset. I've actually been using it during this whole time in quarantine, and I thought, well, today of all days, I probably shouldn't wash my hair. So I used this today. I'm loving it. It gave my hair a whole new style, whole new look. I literally have like a week's worth of dry shampoo in my hair, a little air control, and then I just used this today and that was it. So yeah, foam reset, get yours. It's amazing. And we're going to save some water today on Earth Day. If you haven't had a chance, check out my shirt, Be nice to your mother in spirit of Earth Day. Yes. All right, you guys. Let's dive into our routine. Remember that everything that I am teaching you does connect to Aveda in some way. It was this philosophy and this principle that got us to where we are today. Now, some of it's going to be a little stretched. Some of it you're going to be like, that's too weird. But just try it and see what happens. You will feel amazing. I've been practicing an Ayurvedic routine for almost 10 years. I have never felt better. It's taken a long time to get here, but I'm the healthiest that I have been, and I'm age 40. So let me just tell you, when you turn 40 and you feel the healthiest you've ever been, it's the most amazing feeling. Yes, shout out for those of us who are in the 40 zone. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, let's move into the routine. So first thing I do every morning, first thing you do every morning is you wake up. That's step number one. We gotta wake up. Now there's different times of day that are better for us to wake up. We're gonna set that to the side for now and keep this simple. Allow yourself at least 30 minutes to incorporate your routine. So thinking about when do you need to leave the house and work backwards and set that time frame for yourself. Don't hit the snooze button. If there's anything that you can try different tomorrow, it's don't hit the snooze button and fall back asleep. They actually say it resets your circadian rhythm, so you actually are more sluggish and tired when you fall back asleep. So get up, sit for a few moments, and be silent and still. Horst talked about it all the time in his book, about his favorite time of day was just waking up and being still for a few moments and then finding that sensorial experience, that meditation that we opened ourselves up with. After you've taken a few moments to be silenced and still, get up. If you need to use the restroom, that would obviously be the right thing to do. Go ahead and use the restroom. And then I start right away with my detoxing routine. So the first thing I detox is my face. So we have dry brushing, we have oleation oil to help with that, but before we get to that, I have a couple things I want you to try on. The first is gonna be tongue scraping. So how many of you, raise a hand, already do tongue scraping? So I get this from Natural Grocers or Whole Foods, and I see a lot of you like shouting out, yes! We're already talking about how we have to struggle to not hit the snooze button. So I'm not gonna demonstrate this today. You're welcome very much because it is gross, but it's awesome at the same time. Also, when I think about people making out, I'm always like, I hope that they tongue scrape because let's be real, there's so much toxin on the tongue, especially when we wake up first thing in the morning. We're ready just to expel it. The whole time that we're sleeping, you guys, your body is going through this beautiful process of restoration. And each part of the body gets a special time of the night that you're sleeping, okay? And so think of it like you're a sponge. You've just squeegeed all that stuff out of your body. It's just sitting there right on your surface, and all you have to do is scrape it, slough it away, wash it away, rinse it away. So that's what we're doing in our routine. So first thing is tongue scraping about 10 times, back of the tongue to the front of the tongue. All this stuff's gonna come off your tongue, and you're gonna be like, cool, awesome. Every single day you'll want to do this. Sometimes I do it morning and night. Sometimes I'll do it after oil pulling. So first thing, scrape the tongue. Cool, check that off your list. Second thing you're going to do is oil pulling. So oil pulling has become a lot more popular and well known here in the West. Now a lot of people are using either sesame oil or coconut oil. Clearly it's time for me to stock up. And you can start by just doing this for a few minutes in the morning. You'll want to eventually work up to 20 minutes. I know that sounds like a lot, but here's what's happening. 3 major things are happening. You're taking viral bacterial energy out of the mouth by oil pulling. You're getting deeper into the gums. You're also strengthening your mouth. So what's happening is you're actually allowing your muscles to get massaged through the oil pulling, and you're allowing the face to relax. You're de-stressing the jaw. You carry a lot of tension and a lot of toxic energy here. So we've already been able to detoxify the mouth. We're also calming the face, minimizing tension, which is going to also minimize fine lines and wrinkles, right? Relaxed face, relaxed energy. And then the third thing is that it's going to allow us to detoxify the body. So it seems a little strange, but it's pulling so much from your body. That's why you always want to do it first thing in the morning and on an empty stomach. You can also find a lot of really great medicinal Ayurvedic oil pulling recipes out there. So I actually sourced this from a company in Australia called Ayurveda. He's one of my Ayurvedic mentors. And this has more Ayurvedic herbs added to the sesame oil blend. And so now you'll just swish that into your mouth and Do your thing for 5 to 20 minutes, okay? So, what are you doing while you're oil pulling? Because you're not just standing there staring at your beautiful face in the mirror, although that could be fun. Absolutely, you could do that. But if you like to kind of multitask a little bit, I recommend it's okay to multitask as long as you're present in what you are doing and you're not just rushing through your routine. So at this time, I usually go to the kitchen and I start boiling my water and kind of preparing any type of breakfast, tea, or coffee. I know that in Ayurveda, coffee is usually not recommended to create balance, but I love coffee, so I do everything I can to balance drinking the coffee, which means drinking more water and taking some herbs to help calm. But we would recommend comforting tea. Ayurvedic roots, it brings you into a space of being less stressed. There's no caffeine, there's no sugar, and when we serve this to our guests, I call it like the special elixir that's automatically going to help them feel in the zone and focused for a beautiful consultation. So this is like the magic stuff that we want them to drink so that we can get them to focus and center on what they want and to achieve results in their service. So while you're oil pulling, your water is boiling, and you're kind of getting your breakfast routine ready, you could also start dry brushing your body or your face. But remember that you're still swishing a lot of oil around in the mouth. So don't rush through too many things at one time. Sometimes I'll do some stretches. You'll find things that you can do. There's always a lot we can do. Water your plants, take your dog for a walk if that feels like you can multitask that way. When you're done with your oil pulling, you'll want to expel all those toxins out of your mouth into the toilet or into the trash. I recommend the kitchen sink because it has a garbage disposal, so turn on the water, spit it out, run the garbage disposal because it's quite toxic and you don't want to clog your drains. So you'll definitely want to spit that out, and then you'll rinse your mouth with some warm water, and then you could do some tongue scraping again, brush your teeth, and then floss. All that because there's so many toxins just trapped in your mouth. Let's talk about the nose and the eyes next. At this point, your water is probably done being boiled. I like to use a swell bottle because it will keep your water hot throughout the day. And in Ayurveda, then we're taking small little sips of warm water throughout our day. So you can see there's a little bit of steam coming from the warmth. When we drink and sip warm water throughout the day, it is so beneficial for keeping our body temperature regulated. It's very beneficial for metabolism and digestion. It also, because of the temperature of the water, starts to disinfect the mouth again. We're constantly needing to disinfect the mouth. Okay, so we got our oil pulling done, our tongue scraping done. We're gonna go into the nose and the eyes and the ears. Nose, eyes, and ears. Oil, we love oil. We love oil at Aveda, we love oil in Ayurveda. So I get a special Ayurvedic nasal and brain oil from Vital Veda. This is quite potent, so I'm actually not going to demonstrate it to you because I will have to be constantly blowing my nose and draining the whole time, and that would not be pretty. But I only use just 1 or 2 drops. This is a sesame and coconut oil blend, and it has a bunch of Ayurvedic herbs in it. If you wanted to start off really easy, you can find Nasya oil at Natural Grocers or Whole Foods. You can find Nasya oil on Banyan. There's lots of resources. Again, later on, I'll drop this into my Instagram so that you have resources for you guys to follow up with. 1 or 2 drops in your nose. You'll tilt back. You'll pinch your nose. And then as you're inhaling slowly, you're pulsing the pinch of your nose. So it's a little like this. What happens is that's helping to gently, methodically move the oil into the sinuses, and it also is going to help to soften and calm, not necessarily soften, but calm the brain. So there's nourishment happening here with the brain as well. And then immediately you'll see the effects. You'll start to drain. The sinuses will drain to the back of your throat at first, so you'll want to, again, spit all that out. It's amazing how much mucus your body will make. That's what we're constantly trying to get out of the body, because when it builds up, then we become sick, allergies, cold, flu, all the things. And then a little later on, you're going to notice you'll start to drain through your nose. So stay home for a few minutes until all of that has flushed out of your body, and then you can move about your day. You can also get ear oil, and you'll do like 1 or 2 drops in the ears. You can do this at night. Sometimes people, especially if you get a lot of ear aches or headache, They'll put the drops in their ears and then a little cotton ball so the oil stays in. I like to do it during the day. For those of you who travel a lot for Aveda, teaching classes all over, highly recommend before you get on the plane, oil in the nose, drop of oil in your ears, and then do your oil in your eyes. It's going to be super beneficial for all of that Vata energy with traveling. So we did our nose, we did our ears. Now we're going to do our eyes. Typically in Ayurveda, they recommend a rose water. You'll want to make sure that you are trusting the brand that you are using because you're putting this in your eyes. If you suffer from dry eyes, allergies, if you are looking at a screen all the time, there's a lot of talk about blue blocking the lights. This is going to be really, really healing for you. So you can get natural, I recommend natural drops like Simulasan, and you'll just put a couple drops in your eyes, or again, rose water, Ayurvedically designed for a Dinacharya routine. Vital Veda makes a good one. It will burn slightly, but it's immediately causing the eyes to tear up, to flush, and to release any toxins or gunk in the eyes. Sometimes you'll see Ayurvedic practitioners actually do something really cool, which is they'll put a dough mound around the eyes and you'll lay down for relief, for comfort, close your eyes. They'll pour a sesame or a ghee. Sometimes it's medicated over the eyes. You'll open your eyes. You'll receive that oil pull into the eyes, and that's super beneficial for a lot of eye challenges, especially if people are highly toxic. We see it in the eyes, and that's a sign of inflammation in the liver. So those are some really cool things that you can have done by an Ayurvedic practitioner. For at home, a couple drops in the eyes. Let's do this one together. So you don't have to have the drops, but you'll close your eyes. And then imagine that your eyes, though they're closed, are starting to look upward towards your skull. You want to move very slowly. And then your eyes are going to move downward towards your cheekbones. And then come back to center. Roll your eyes to the left corners of your eyes. Center, and then roll your eyes to the right corners. Center. And then do circles clockwise and then counterclockwise. We're going to do that with the eyes open now. So eyes look straight ahead and slowly start to roll your eyes up. And I want you to notice where your eye is like moving fast or staggering a little bit. Slowly move, like my eyes just quickly dropped. Slowly move your eyes down. This is a really great exercise for the brain. It will calm tension around the eyes. Center the eyes, and now let's look right. Center, let's look left. Now we're going to go center and then diagonal. Diagonally look upright. Diagonally look down left. Diagonally look up left. Diagonally look down right. Clockwise, counterclockwise circles, really slow. And my ear just popped from doing this. So crazy, right? And actually now my sinuses are draining a little bit. Wow, so much connection to the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. So, all right. Whew, let's just take a moment to pause. I'm seeing some questions coming in, and let's see if I can answer any, catch up with you all. We can also do this at the end. I'll save some time as well. Cotton keeps the oil from draining into the ear canal. The cotton keeps the oil from coming out of the ear onto your pillow. My nose just started running. I know, isn't this crazy? So good for you guys. And remember that it's nourishing your brain and it's softening the tension around your eyes. So this is going to keep your eyes lifted and happy. It's also a kind of a variation of facial yoga, which we're going to get to in a moment. All right, cool. Let's move on a little bit. So we took care of detoxing the face through the mouth, the ears, and the eyes. Now we'll go into full face focus. So if you have your dry brush and your oleation oil, we can play a little bit with this next. Who loves our awakening skincare routine? I do. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple other things you can do with your dry brush that are super beneficial, that incorporate a little bit more of traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda together and the Aveda way. Really the idea here is there's two major important things. We're doing upward circular motions to lift and firm, and then we do downward and outward gentle sweeping motions to drain. Those are the two more important principles, and then you can kind of create your own rhythm and flow. So I like to start with the back of the neck, and you'll take your dry brush and you'll just do some gentle sweeps. Think about this part of your body. It doesn't really get a lot of attention. right? I can't remember until I started doing this if I ever thought about the back of my neck. All right, so we've dry brushed from the back of the neck, and now we'll work front of the neck and décolleté. So just gentle sweeps up. I'm going to do circles and then some gentle strokes too. So circles and strokes. And then décolleté, I like to just start from the center, the sternum, out towards the shoulders, upward. You can do, again, your circles and circles. Let's come to the chin, and this is very similar. Remember, circular upward motions. This is very similar to our cleansing techniques as estheticians. So you can work one side of the face, or you can alternate side to side, whatever you think is best for you. And because I am a Pitta and I have more fire nature, I easily show microcirculation in my skin. So I want you to know that this is not burning or itching in any way. And I love seeing this red glow because I know that I'm flushing toxins, I'm bringing nutrients into the skin. So I welcome it, even though it doesn't look pretty. We're gonna get the third eye and then move up the forehead a few times. This feels so great. I tell my guests, leave this by your nightstand, wake up in the morning, you don't even have to get out of bed, and you can dry brush. So now that we've done our upward circular lifting, exfoliating, increasing circulation, more oxygen into the skin, this is an area where we get stuck. There's a lot of toxic energy that gets stuck in the neck. So really bringing the nutrients back into the face by doing those circular upward sweeps. And then we're just gonna do soft, gentle, downward, outward sweeps, moving from the top of the face. We wanna work this drain here, and we wanna work the front of the ear. So we'll talk about the drainage points for the face when we do the oleation oil. And then down the neck. And then out. Cool. Love all the conversation about our tips and tricks with dry brushing. Immediately go into oleation oil after you've dry brushed. This is our Nourishing Radiant Oleation Oil for instant glow. This is like vitamins for your skin. So your skin is often the last to receive nutrients from the food that we eat, the water that we drink. So this is your way of being able to immediately put that nutrients back into the skin first. So 3 to 4 pumps, massage it through your hands, and then take a moment to appreciate the aroma. Close your eyes and take a few moments to remind yourself to breathe. And then I like to just quickly do a couple pats just to spread out the product a little bit more evenly. And then we work décolleté first. So sweeping motions, being our eminence point on the palm. And then up platysma, the neck, gentle sweeps. Again, we always start with upward movements because we want to bring nutrients into the face. We want to help lift and firm. And then I work from ST fingers to the ears. And then we'll part from the front and the back of the ear. So this is gonna drain inflammation from the whole face. And then something else you can do, a little facial yoga technique, you scoop the mandible with your 3 fingers, light sweeps. All right, and then we'll work the side of the nose, the nasal labial area up through to the third eye. So I like to use the middle finger here, and I do this about 30 times, really gentle. This is gonna drain tension around the eyes, the forehead, and the sinuses. You can see that I'm getting a lot of really great microcirculation. I woke up today feeling a little extra phlegmy. I think I had too much chocolate yesterday. That's sugar, I always know. And then we'll go around the eyes. So you could do clockwise, counterclockwise. I like to do about 10 in each direction. Change. Light. We don't want to drag the skin. We just want to do light movements. And then we'll come up to the forehead, and I like to do gentle circular upward motions. And then those gentle sweeps. So now we start to bring everything down. We sweep out from the eyes. We'll sweep back out to the ears, draining the face. Sweep down the face and then down the neck. And then out to the décolleté. Glowing, yes. So I like to leave the oleation oil on as long as I can in the morning. Sometimes I'll even spray a little bit of the skin toning mist just to kind of add a little bit of hydration as well. So this is where you can start to go into other parts of your routine and let the oil rest on your skin as long as possible. Well, what could you do? You could do some yoga movements. You could do body dry brushing and body oil massage, which is what we're going to get into next. So, the other thing you could also do is incorporate a little gua sha. So you could do your gua sha techniques after you put on your oleation oil. Jade rolling or gemstone rolling. So the oleation oil is a really nice base for your gua sha techniques. Cool. All right, so let's go into body dry brushing. So very similar concept for the face, but for the body. Dry brushes you can find natural grocers, Whole Foods, Banyan. Again, I'll have resources for you guys to draw back to on my Instagram page a little later. And what I'm going to do to demonstrate is really just working on my arm today, but you would do a full body approach. And everything ideally is moving towards the heart. So the direction of your dry brush is moving up towards the heart or down towards the heart or in towards the heart. Couple exceptions to that is we always open up the back of the neck by sweeping up because we want to find that yin and yang balance between the Ren channel and the Du channel. So you would always start the back of the neck there. And with your hands and your feet, you want to make sure that you get the inside of your palms. So you do this a few times on both hands. And make sure you do this on your feet as well. For your limbs, you'll always dry brush with long, slow strokes. So long limbs, LL. Flip. And then when you get to your joints, we do circles. Circles. Super important area, the underarm. You want to definitely make sure that you do circular motions here so we activate lymphatic drainage. Yeah, this is why you don't share your body brush. Just for you. Sweep, sweep, sweep. I like to work those areas where we get a little extra, skin. So I just go in a little bit more vigorously to get more circulation going. This is going to help to increase skin's elasticity over time. We're exfoliating, we're flushing toxins, super beneficial because our skin has 6 major functions and dry brushing is gonna help all 6 functions. So then a couple last minute tips. Again, you're working towards the heart, so you would sweep out and down. When you work your belly, you're gonna do circular clockwise, following the direction of your digestion. And then when you work your back, same thing, you're working up towards the heart. The legs are going to be just like your arms, long sweeping, circles on the joints. So after we do dry brushing, your body is going to feel like a Brillo pad. You're just going to be like wiring. You're going to have some redness possibly. Your skin might feel a little bit itchy because we've done some major exfoliation. So you'll want to immediately nourish with composition oils. So I prefer beautifying. Shampoo is nice and calming. So once you dry brush, a couple drops of your composition oils and then massage it into your skin. Now the massage is really regarded as a sacred service for yourself. So getting into a space where you're appreciating your body, but you're also becoming very familiar with your body. Would you be able to identify your hand in a lineup? Would you be able to identify a part of your elbow? Like really seeing your skin and then saying kind thoughts to yourself, appreciating this vehicle that you have to walk around in this life, in this world. And right away, I'm already noticing how quickly that oil is absorbing because being that I'm feeling a little more vata in my skin, dry, it's absorbing quite quickly. It's not oily or greasy at all. It makes my skin feel very smooth and soft. If you're feeling like you need a little more hydration, then you could add a couple more drops of the oil. You could also, sometimes I'll finish with the Stress Fix body cream because it's our most emollient, most nourishing cream. So you can also use that. So once you've dry brushed your whole body and then you've done your massage for your whole body, you could at this point go into your skincare routine because now you might want to wash the oil off your face and go into readying your skin, makeup, and maybe your hair for the day. Let's just take a moment and pause and think about what you've already done for yourself. So we detoxed mouth, nose, eyes. We offered a moment of love and kindness for our body, in our face, in our mind. We already did meditation, and we've only been doing this for about 40 minutes. And think about how much wellness you just incorporated for yourself. How special that is that you get to give this gift to you. So I say that with regard because the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is going to seem maybe a little cruel, but it's so awesome. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. And that's an invitation for you to just check in, maybe see if you need a little bit of water as well. I forgot a step, you guys. I was gonna share a shot of apple cider vinegar with you, but we'll close the routine with that. We'll close with it. Sometimes in the morning before I start drinking all the water and everything, I like to start the day with the shot, but we're gonna end with it, so I won't forget. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is called Ishnan. I'm not going to demonstrate this because it involves getting into the shower naked. So, not the time or place for that. But this is an awesome, awesome experience to have. I believe that God talks to you when you are doing Ishnan. What is Ishnan? It is cold water hydrotherapy. So, you can do it one of two ways. The water-saving way, the Aveda way, is to do this in the shower. Otherwise, you would fill a tub full of freezing cold water. You could throw in some ice cubes. You drop yourself in. Now, I want to be very clear that when you're doing this, you are not stepping into the shower to shower the traditional way. You're not going in to cleanse the body. You've dry brushed, you have oil on your body, you step into the shower, cold is setting, no hot water, get all up in there, up to 3 minutes. I usually start with 3 rounds of 30 seconds. So what are you doing when you're doing Ishnan? You're standing under that freezing cold water, you're questioning your life. Who am I? What do I want? Why did I do this? But you're doing body tapping. So as you're running your body parts under the water, you're tapping, you're getting all that energy going in your body. You might say some things like that are not appropriate because some things just come out of your mouth when you're doing Ishnan. But it's amazing because as you're doing this, your body is warming up. It's immediately flushing toxins. It's clearing the brain fog. And I'm telling you guys, this is when I get my best ideas. You will have a zest for life that you have not yet felt until you do Ishnan. It is totally awakening, and it is mostly awakening for the mind. So even though we're doing this for the body, it's really for the mind. It's a spiritual connection to something that takes you to a whole nother level of reality. So I highly recommend that you try it. I don't do this every day because your mind will tell you, right? We're humans and we talk ourselves out of things all the time. Your mind will be like, you don't need to do Ishnan because you did it 3 days ago. But I encourage you to do it at least once a week. I try to do it every Monday morning at minimum. And then anytime I feel lethargic, tired, like I'm fighting something, I will absolutely do Ishnan, and I will tell you it clears it right out. So try it on. Let me know how that goes. Follow back up with me. I'd love to hear your stories. After Ishnan, we're going to move into movement. So this is where we can get hands-on again if you'd like to join me in a couple yoga movements, and then we're almost done with our routine. And remember, you can do this in any order that you want, except for oil pulling has to be done before you eat or drink. There's a couple things that obviously you have to do before you can do other things. But yoga movement you can do at any point. If you wanted to just roll out of bed onto the floor and do some yoga stretches, whatever feels right for you. So we'll just do some movement that works from the floor to the crown of your head. So let's start in standing, palms facing the front. This is going to activate your first chakra. Close your eyes, take a breath in. Let a big exhale go. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Palms touch. And then exhale, shift into one leg, bend one knee, we'll balance here. And then change sides. Good. Feet to the earth, forward fold. Forward folding, for those of us working in the beauty industry, this is one of the best postures. We're gonna relieve hamstring tension, low back tension, so just enjoy a nice forward fold here. Sway side to side. Shake head yes and no a few times. I like to do forward folds between each of my clients in the treatment room. It's just a nice way to reset. And then slowly roll up. So we just activated first and second chakra. Let's get third chakra. Come back to your mountain pose. And all you have to do is a couple side body stretches, lateral movements. You can even cross palms to opposite elbows. and really sass your hips side to side. Yeah. So this is going to get our third chakra. And let's open up heart chakra. So interlace hands behind you for a chest expansion. This is my second favorite pose to counter the movements of a body worker in this industry. Because think about what we do all day. We're standing like this a lot, behind the chair or in the treatment room. So when you can bring your hands behind you and open up your front line, we're going to open up the heart chakra and the throat chakra here. And then bring your head back over your shoulders. I'm moving a little bit quicker than I would normally. You'd want to obviously take a couple breaths in each of these poses. Let's open up the neck. Okay, so chin to chest, ear to shoulder, but then tilt your head all the way back and around. It's a little bit like The Exorcist because we're going to start going super fast. Bend your knees, engage your core, go as fast as you can, close your eyes. Yes, you're going to get dizzy. Stop and then change direction. If you're getting dizzy, that's because it's working and we're detoxing all that stagnation in the neck, all that energy, that we hold in our neck. We overuse the neck so much because we forget to engage the core. So engage your core. Inhale, bring your palms up. Now exhale, typically I would recommend a child's pose, but let's just bring our thumbs to third eye center. Press your palms together, feel the stretch of your collarbones moving away from one another, opening up your chest. And then for the seventh chakra, we just reach back up to a big mountain pose. Inhale, welcoming you into your day. Exhale. So that took not very much time, and you've brought some movement into your body, and you're feeling a little bit better in your body now. All right, we're ready for the day. We have gone through almost everything I wanted to go through in our routine. The last thing is apple cider vinegar. This is the brand I highly recommend. It has the mother. I drink 1 or 2 shots every single day. So you usually do this first thing in the morning. You dilute it in some water. Cheers to your health. Woo! It's going to balance pH. It is going to immediately activate the detox of your body, flushing out toxins. It also helps to minimize sugar cravings. So it's a good way, again, like I mentioned, in the morning when you wake up, you're just kind of like this bag of toxins. And we just got to get them all out before the body reabsorbs them. So drinking a shot of apple cider vinegar every morning will just really put that into motion. And stay close to the restroom because there's some detox happening and you'll be really happy that it's left your body. All right, that takes us through our routine. So that's about 30 to 45 minutes. And again, if you were to subtract or add anything else that adds wellness to your life, then it's really about you deciding how much time you want to spend in your day just on you, because this is your time before you show up in the world and start giving to others. What I'd like to do is remind you that this routine is incorporated in everything that we are thinking, seeing, doing, and feeling at Aveda. It's a part of our service wheel. It's a part of our consultations and how we're connecting to our guests, because we are bringing this holistic tradition into our services, and we're taking our guests to that full experience of scalp to soul. So I hope that if anything, A, you have some wellness that you can enjoy, but B, that you're re-inspired by the tradition of what we are doing every day when we show up. We are truly a part of something more. I would love at this time to open up any questions. I'm going to check the little question box here. How hot should the water be when you're sipping on it? How long do you need to boil the water? And purchase the Aveda books. Okay, great question. So with your boiling water, it really depends. So I actually have a Berkey water filtration system. So my water is already pure and clean. So to be honest, I only bring it to right when it starts to boil, and then I fill this up. And literally this stays hot all day. Helga taught me in one of her workshops that you want to boil your water for about 10 minutes. But she's usually doing like a big pot of boiling water, and I think she's filling like several containers to sip on hot water throughout the day. Mine usually fills up 2 of these. So I think I answered the questions. The book, that is a great question. I get asked that a lot, and I have definitely given feedback to the powers that be at Aveda that we want this book to come back. I heard maybe it might make an appearance at Congress, but Who knows? So I don't know. Reach out to whomever you think is an influencer at Aveda. Maybe that's me. I'll find out for you guys and see if we can't get this book back into production, at least for the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Wouldn't that be cool? What else can I answer for you guys at this moment before I close down our workshop together? Some people have said they found the book on Amazon. Yeah, I've seen some people have sold their books, gently loved books on eBay or Amazon. Well, okay. Let's take a moment to acknowledge who is on deck for your continuing education, brought to you by the Aveda North America Artistic Team. We have the amazing Maria tomorrow doing a New York Fashion Week sneak peek. We have Lydia doing a bunning it up on Friday. And then for spa next week, we have Zanny doing facial cupping. The classes will be posted every week for you guys to see who's teaching. This is happening all the way through May for you and will continue. Thank you so much for your time today. I will follow up with some additional resources for you on my Instagram at Wellness is Beauty. It has been my honor to share this with you guys so much. Thank you. Happy Earth Day. Thanks so much.